what up? So y'all know I'm be doing my comedian shit, right? So I just thought about some more shit, man. It came to me about Boo Baxter and Monica again. Remember I told y'all the joke about Boo Baxter and Monica and shit where she said that he'd be telling her that she owed him. And then I said, what you owe him? Then she said that he'd be telling her that she owed him some pussy. So I was just thinking a little while ago, when we don't say that to bitches who we want to fuck or trying to fuck. When we tell a bitch you owe me some pussy, that mean that bitch shot a move on him. You know what I'm saying? And instead of him fucking her up, he said, bitch, you owe me some pussy. So she shot some kind of move on him. You see what I'm saying? And see, me knowing Boo Baxter, he get drunk. And when he get drunk, he get the fucking up. He get fucked up and get to acting crazy and shit. So I'm thinking that he must have went over to the Busto Freak house. She was there. And he probably was drinking or got drunk there. And then she shot some kind of move on him. And by him being drunk and all fucked up, he couldn't address the issue then. And they probably put his ass out because he probably was in there like on some drunk shit. And then he realized probably the next day that whoever shot the move on him was her. You see what I'm saying? Or somebody might even told him she did it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why when he be seeing her like, yeah, bitch, you owe me some pussy. That's his way of saying, bitch, I know you the one who did whatever you did. You see what I'm saying? And that shit just dawned on me because I'm thinking like, damn, we don't, because I done told bitches you owe me some pussy before. And it ain't never been a bitch I was trying to fuck. It's always been a bitch who did some shady ass shit to me. And I said, bitch, you owe me some pussy to keep from me fucking her up. You see what I'm saying? That shit just dawned on me, man. And listen, this why when I took him over her friend's house with me, because I done been over there 1,000 times since she been there. She the one told me where she was at. I done been over there. But when I show up with him, they didn't let me in. That was her saying, don't let me in, because she know whatever move she shot on him, she already know he out to get her. You see what I'm saying? And she know if they would have let us in, he was going to address that issue with her in there. And this why she told him, no, don't let him in. Don't let him in. I'm thinking that she just didn't want to fuck with me. I wasn't even thinking about whatever the fuck they had going on, right? But then you got to look at what happened. While we walking off the porch, this nigga kicked that bitch door down. So that's what made me think. For him to kick that door down, he was going, like, he wanted to get in there to address, she done did something serious to him. To where he's saying, bitch, you owe me some pussy for that. So I think this bitch robbed his ass on that drunk shit. He went over there to that motherfucker Busto Freak house, drunk as hell, or they got him drunk there, and that bitch robbed his ass. You see what I'm saying? And that's why he said, bitch, you owe me some pussy, because he probably didn't know which one of them hoes did it, because he probably was so drunk, he probably passed out. Because you know them drunk niggas be falling out. You see them going to sleep and all kind of shit, them drunk motherfuckers. And that bitch robbed him, took his money. Then the bitches probably put his ass out. And then he found out later the next day when he was sober, that his money and shit was gone. And he probably went back over there. And somebody told him, man, oh, that bitch, old girl took your shit. We ain't got nothing to do with it. So then when he was seeing her, knowing that she did it, he was like, yeah, bitch, you owe me some pussy. That's his way of saying, bitch, I know you the one stole my motherfucking money. You see what I'm saying? So when we show up at her house, she told him, don't let us in, because she saw him out there. Because you could best believe she came and looked out that door. And then I don't know who all was in there, because them probably was the Busto Freaks in there, and they probably knew the nigga too. You see what I'm saying? But they didn't let us in. And then he kicked that door down, which I was thinking that then he kicked the door down but even though I was still right thinking that he kicked the door down on his own, but I was thinking he kicked it down because he wanted to see her. He kicked that door down because he was going to address his issue if we would have gotten that house. Whatever she did, he was going to address that issue. And when they didn't let us in, he knew that she didn't let us in because of him. And he was mad because whatever happened between him and that bitch, where he felt she on, that's why he kicked that motherfucking door down. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we didn't run in there with him because these females, we ain't know why the fuck he kicked the door down. You know, he ain't even said nothing. But whatever happened, he keeping it to himself. That let me know that he was on some sucker shit. That's why he don't want to tell us what happened. You see what I'm saying? But he kicked that motherfucker door down because that bitch shot a move on his ass. And he wanted to get in there. He was going to address his issue with that bitch. And that's why she ain't opened that motherfucker door. That's why that nigga kicked that motherfucker door down. Damn. Oh, shit. That shit. Wow, boy.